I just hate these little light sockets, you know, these little light sockets here. They get so brittle over time, and they're hard to get out sometimes. I need to double check. I think it made it. That was nice. All right, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna disconnect these wires. Ones, so you can see it good. Right here, or soldered. For some reason, they took some of the insulation off here and they soldered these together. And then down here, they kind of did the same similar thing. I'm gonna undo that because I don't know why it's like that. I'm gonna try to rewire this because the wiring in the back box is wrong too. All right, got that working. How? I'll try to see if, oh, there we go. All right, so that's apart. Turn that back off. Now I'm just gonna tie these by hand just to try this on. I'll put heat shrink on here, and I'll do it right later. Actually, later will be, if I do this and it works, later will be hopefully about 10 minutes from now. But let's see if it works first. No wonder that looks so funny going across there. I was wondering why that wire was kind of coming across instead of following a lead. See, now it should be following a lead like it's supposed to. All right, so here we go again. I'm gonna back up. Let's turn over here. Of course, we're gonna look for smoke and everything again, as always. And let's see if this makes any difference. 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh, I see some lights. I see lights. All right. Oh, this is probably keeping that from spinning. That's not helping any. Get that out of the way. All right, we have some lights. We don't have them all, but we've got some. Let's take a look. All right. Hey, I'll take it. That's progress. Come to find out, it was the connector that was the real problem. So I was able to correct that by putting a new one on. And luckily, I did the wiring before I did that, so I was able to avoid a short. All right, I've got the light board out. In fact, let me see if I can show you. It's pretty dirty. I definitely want to repaint it, and I'm going to. I just hate these little light sockets, you know, these little light sockets here. They get so brittle over time, and they're hard to get out sometimes. I need to double check. I think it made it. That was nice. But anyway, so on to this. I'm gonna see if I can't get this out. I'm gonna take the I think I'm gonna take the board that holds all the metal sheet metal there that holds all the boards. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off in one piece and see if I can just leave it there. I gotta get off the speaker panel here. So we'll see about that. And then I'm gonna get off the rail down there that holds the back glass. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll get to sand it tonight, but I do have the sandpaper ready. All right, I fixed to sand this baby down, start getting it ready for towards the paint. But, all right, I got this panel done. Nice wood underneath. Everything's pretty sharp. Not too many things to correct except for this little bruise up right here. Who knows how that happened, but it's okay. We'll be able to fix that, no problem. Nobody will see it lives on the back side, so do a decent job repairing it. Nobody will ever know. a look here. How filthy this thing is. It's terrible. But we're gonna take care of all that. And that is dirty. This is a bad spot in the playfield. I want to clear coat this one and not have to get another one. It's gonna take a little work to fix. Everything else looks pretty good, so we'll see. But right now I'm gonna focus on some of this because this is the part we start taking apart and putting away. Start tearing this top side down. I'll get to the underside later. All right, got the ramp off. Show you basically right down here. Just a few screws right there. There's one right there. One that was, let's see, one here. And then the two down there by the ramp flap. That's it. Pretty easy. All right, this is the shorter post. There's only 4 of these posts on the whole game. So there's one that's a shorter one. These 3 are all the same length. So the 3 go out there. The one goes here. And you see how filthy this thing is. Look at these plastics, how dark they are. I mean, this thing hadn't been cleaned, hadn't been shopped in who knows how long. These are a lollipop. Well, a lollipop, whatever that is. I don't know, maybe that's not a lollipop. What is that? Some kind of brush or cleaner? I don't know. I don't know what that is it got back there. Freaking weird. But this isn't too bad. It's just cleaned up nice. It's just this, man. I don't know what to think about that. We'll see. I'll figure it all out. But it's coming apart easy. This game is luckily pretty simple enough. It's not going to take much to get it all apart. Shouldn't have smelled that. Yeah, that's gonna look pretty good. I think that's good. All right, here's the amateur method we're doing outside for the moment for this first coat. When I do the real final coats in a few days or a week or 2 weeks, whenever I get to it, I'll build a little paint booth to make sure everything stays out of it. But it's really clear. You can look. There's no wind almost at all today. So I'm pretty much doing this. The yard guys are way over there. I'm hoping they're not going to stir up any dust and don't come any closer. Of course, I've got my gear on, so I'm all geared up and being safe. All right, another coat down. Guess that'll kind of show off the reflection. All this setup so I have it level. I don't know if it would run, but I don't want to take any chances. Which is ironic considering I'm sitting there taking chances spraying this outside. With the yard men doing their thing. I mean, they're way over there, but still, you know. All right, got my final coat on this Gilligan's Island Playfield. Man, I didn't think I was ever going to get to this point because I kept changing stuff or trying to correct something to make it as good as I could. And now that I'm looking at it right now, I'm glad I did because it really turned out nice. I'm going to come down here and kind of see the action there. Man, when this finishes curing, it's going to be beautiful. I gotta learn how to fix the shooter lanes, though. I'm not very good at painting those. But down here, that turned out pretty good. I had to paint that 4 million right there. It blended in good. And of course, there's my big repair here. I'm gonna come around this way where you can see it better. A big repair here. There, but you can see it a little bit. I mean, this scan's being played, you're not going to see it. I obviously repainted that and this as well. But once this cures, like I say, this is going to be a beautiful coating. Because it was originally diamond plated, but it didn't. For diamond plating, it sure didn't hold up very well. So I'm not sure how great that diamond plating was, but I think this is going to hold up pretty well. All right, here it is, Gilligan's Island, all clear coated. Man, this one took a while, but I learned a lot doing it, so I don't despise that. I'm glad I took my time and went back and touched up painting a few different times. So just come down here. I had to touch up paint this treasure chest where it was all messed up from just ball tracking so far. Also, that 4 million right there was messed up. I had to redo it, at least around the edges, if I remember right. See, and then up here was the big spot where the pop bumper had worn away all this spot right about there, and I repainted all that. The little spot here. Some of it you can tell. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I'm not the best painter in the world yet. I'm working on it. Had one little color mismatch right around here on that blue when I first tried it, but the rest of this blue turned out good. I matched all that nice, and I redid all the black and a lot of the black, the orange, and the yellow, and this and green, and these pineapples. Wasn't a ton, but it was a fair amount. You can see it turned out really good. I'm really happy with it, and I think it's going to last the life of this Gilligan's Island. Here it is. You can kind of do a flyby. Oh, buddy. Hey, what are you doing, pal? I'm not ready to put all that stuff on yet. We gotta do it a step at a time. You know that. Is it buddy approved though? You like it though, huh? Yep, it's buddy approved. So thank you, buddy. Thank you, good boy. I appreciate it. So here we are. Now it's time to start building. I do have to clean the harness over there. It's, you gotta take it apart, clean it up, and I've got some of them X clean and polished, some of them not. But overall, it's about ready to go. Hey, buddy, hey, I told you we're not ready for that stuff yet. No, we're not ready for that yet. You gotta wait, okay? You gotta wait, we're not ready for that. All right, let's start slowly rebuilding this back. We got Buddy, my supervisor, watching over, and got some pinball shenanigans on the TV. That'll keep me entertained while I'm doing my own shenanigans here the amateur way. Supervisor. He's just in the way. Little cutie. I love my buddy boy. Alright, here's test number 1. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Holy cow, we've got lights. Looky there. Awesome. Oh yes, it's gonna look good. That looks like all my GI's working. So that is a fantastic start. Now, and I've seen this, I can decide how I want to put these behind here, but not directly, but like back there to light it up. So that'll be cool. All right, yeah, it looks like everything's pretty much up and running here. Let's see. Start button light isn't on, but that's okay. It's the great first step. I was not expecting it, but the attract mode came on. I guess I should have expected it because everything seems, look at that, but man, look at this Playfield. I mean, it's all clear coated and having all those LEDs in there. Man, that looks good. One right there I need to look at. Don't even look at this thing. I mean, that is amazing. That up there was a wreck, and man, it's brand freaking new. That is so awesome. I do say so myself. Now if I just get my color DMD, or not my pin to DMD going, then we'll really have something.